JayDaYoungan.
JayDaYoungan, yeah.
You have a song that you're a part of with him as well.
Yeah, fucking right.
Any memories on JayDaYoungan?
Man, keep it a stack with you, bro. Man, Lil One hit me up and asked me to ask to sign with me when I first met that nigga. You know what I'm saying? This real shit. This real gangster shit. He hit me up. We in my city on airline. He like, man, I'm in your city, woo the woo, the woo. I get him to pull up on me on airline. He jump out on me at the gas station. He like, man, what up? I'm from Bugaloosa. I'm such and such, doing this, doing that. I'm like, man, I ain't tripping. I see you already. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, check this out. Keep doing what you doing. I ain't even gonna get in the way of what you got going on. I ain't gonna get in your way. Keep moving, keep hustling, cause you really doing good right now. You don't really need me. Man, probably like a couple months later, like 2-3 months later, I see the nigga icy chain, watch on and shit like that. And in my mind, in my heart, I'm like, see what I'm saying? I ain't even have to tell him. And he ain't call me and, give me no acknowledgement or nothing like that. But shit, I ain't getting that nigga way. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't really no dude like that, you know what I'm saying? Especially not none of that street shit. I ain't put myself in none of that shit or nothing like that. But like I say, he hit me on social media. We exchanged numbers. We hollered at each other a couple times. And the song really come from Ray Vicks. You know what I'm saying? Ray Vicks called me like I got a studio session. I pull up the Ray Vicks studio session. You know what I'm saying? When I pull up, Ray Vicks and JayDaYoungan already in the studio. Jay Lewis pull up, Shelwood and Marty pull up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just was on some trying to unite the city, all the rap niggas in the city. Well, some of the rap niggas in the city. All the niggas pull up. Shit, the niggas, the engineer, he playing a beat. And what's crazy is we ain't say we was finna do no song. He playing a beat up. You know how niggas just in the studio vibing and shit. I'm freestyling, saying some tight shit. I'm in that bitch just saying some tight shit or whatever. And nigga, we end up having a whole song like an hour later, you know what I'm saying? Ray Vicks, he really was the mastermind behind it. He like, man, look, we finna shoot a video to this bitch, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna call 30 visuals. He called a nigga 30 visuals, he pull up. After we do the song, like an hour later, he called 30 visuals, he popped 30 visuals out. He like, shit, man, we finna shoot this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Bam, I end up getting a little scene. I push out. Shit, about like a week or two later after that, I'm not verbatim, not specific times, I don't know, I'm just giving you like a little insight. Like a little while later, I end up seeing a video on YouTube, you feel me? And shit, that bitch just got buku views on that bitch. And this was around the time JayDaYoungan was on the come up. This was after I kind of like said, no, don't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get in your business and shit, you know what I'm saying? That's why he like growing, I'm steady seeing them. You know what I'm saying? And they was quick to jump on them young niggas. So I'm steady saying, like, homie, on this platform, say cheese, this other platform, this, that. And I'm like, shit, he going up. You feel me?
And care to share the title of that song?
I don't even remember that bitch.
All the Smoke?
All the Smoke, that's what it was. Yeah.
And was that the only song of you and Jay?
That was the only one. Yeah, that was the only one.
And any regret on not being a part of JayDaYoungan's situation?
Fuck no, nigga, that shit was already in the stone. That was his, you know what I'm saying, story. That shit played out how it played out. That was his story, shit. Like I say, it was meant for me to tell him no. I probably would have halted dude shit, you know what I'm saying? I probably would have held him up. You know what I'm saying? At the time, cause I'm getting money, you know what I'm saying? But shit, I'm stingy as a motherfucker. Like it's me, I'm balling out. You feel me?
And another person that passed away in your life that you've had the collaboration with here as well is Trouble.
My nigga, real nigga. I don't even really, just, that's it. Just real nigga. That nigga just was real, authentic, genuine nigga, you feel me? I got a few stories with him. I booked him in my city. I bought the nigga plane ticket, gave the nigga like 5 racks, come to my city. I booked him, and I paid for the venue, you know, so I get the dope. I paid for the venue, booked him on the show. Man, that nigga rocked my shit out. But it is what the relationship me and him had, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no social media relationship or nothing like that. It was just every time I hollered at that nigga, he ain't say no bitch ass shit. You know what I'm saying? So Trouble was one of them ones, you know what I'm saying?
And how many songs did you get to collaborate with him back in the day?
Man, Trouble did like maybe 4 songs, 3 or 4 songs. Two I put out on 2 projects I had, and one I just probably like, you know what I'm saying, uploaded to YouTube and all the streaming platforms, and one I probably got like in my email or something. I ain't never get to release, but he like Boo. He like Boo and Dolph. Them niggas like was authentic to me.
Why did that one song never saw the light of day?
Man, it just was probably time. The nigga probably was ripping and running. It probably wasn't a priority. You know what I'm saying?
Do you foresee yourself ever putting that song out?
Man, if opportunity presents itself, I don't know how his situation set up. I don't know who control his music, you know what I'm saying? I hate for to put it up and they take it down, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, and I don't even know. I'm saying that, but I don't know. I got 1,000,000. My email full of emails. You know what I'm saying? So I have to go find that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
And care to share the titles of any of these collaborations that did see the light of day?
You know the titles of them?
I know one of them. I don't know the other two. Trust Issues is the one I know.
Trust Issues. I put that on one of my albums. I put that on one. I don't remember the names. I just remember I remember the, you know what I'm saying, the times. Like, you know, I don't remember the names, but I remember the times. And like I say, dude was a real nigga. Like, I ain't got nothing bad to say about him. I don't know if another nigga do, but me, Cain, right here in your motherfucking room, that nigga was real. Like, that's all he knew how to be.
And understandably, okay that you don't know the names of these songs, because in a previous portion of questions, you mentioned you've got thousands of songs. So for those in the audience that are familiar with the other two and can help either of us out here, drop a comment below this video with the title to the other two songs with Mista Cain and Trouble. But a few more have passed along the way that want to get your memories here if you have any. Doe B.
Doe B? See, the Doe B situation, I never met the nigga Doe B. You heard me? That shit came about when I come home, too. That's another thing. When I get out of jail, too, I'm in the studio, and it's my little partner, his name Dylan Cage. He in the studio, and they messing with a nigga who are supposed to be putting money behind him. You know what I'm saying? I know how niggas have investors and shit. He's supposed to be putting money behind him, but he bullshit. He's another bitch-ass nigga, too. So anyway, he called himself putting money behind Dylan them at the time, and I guess he wasn't really doing what he was doing. And I had the situation with Empire, you know what I'm saying? And I'm working and doing what I'm doing. And I got that motion. So we came to an agreement. Well, hold on, before we get to the agreement, I go in their studio session and he playing a song. I'm like, man, that nigga ripping that bitch, who that is? But I'm in jail at the time when Doe B get killed. You feel me? Like, I'm locked up when Doe B died. I hear the nigga rapping on that bitch. I'm like, oh, that nigga running that bitch. And he tell me the backstory behind him getting killed and shit like that. So I'm telling my people like, man, look, I won't get that bitch. How we get that bitch? You know what I'm saying? He like, shit, man, we can get that. You can have that bitch, but just let me put a feature on it. You know what I'm saying? You can get all the rights. If you can contact his people and get the paperwork, this and that, you can have that motherfucker. Just let me get a feature on it. So my partner like, that's what you want to do? My investor, the nigga that's part of my situation. And he like, that's what you want to do? I'm like, shit, yeah, man, that nigga ripping that bitch. The only thing I want to do is change the beat. I get my producer in there. He come in there and put a raw-ass beat behind that motherfucker. Dude, ripping that bitch. He put a beat behind it. Shit. Nigga, that bitch was like gravy, nigga. I jumped on that motherfucker. I let dude jump on that motherfucker. We contacted the folks, got the right paperwork, put that motherfucker out. But I never met dude personally.
Care to share the title to that song, if you recall?
Is it Plenty Money?
Speak Money.
Speak Money, yeah. That bitch was hard.